Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping back by. Today we are doing another Harlem Candle Company review, but I thought about it before I ordered these products and said, people don't just use candles. Everyone doesn't want to light a candle. Everyone doesn't want to babysit a candle, which is what it takes. You should not leave your candles unattended. Everyone doesn't want to do that. Everyone can't burn candles where they live. So let's try some room sprays. Eventually we'll go into diffusers. But the reeds and the oils and all that stuff, I'm not there yet. I can deal with some candles. I can deal with some sprays. So that's what we're doing. Eventually we'll get to the diffusers and figure out how those work. But today I am reviewing two of their room sprays, and those are the Sugar Hill option. And there's a reason why the top looks like this. I'll explain that in a second. And Lennox. So these were $30 a piece for 4 ounces each. And so you've got two different scents here. When I originally purchased them, the company implied somewhere on the website, and I was on my laptop, it implied that these were going to be discontinued. I don't know if that is still the case, because when I went to the website from my phone, I couldn't find that implication anywhere. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was mistaken. Doesn't matter, because I got them and I sprayed them. I tried them, and now I can tell you about them. So first things first, why does the top look like this? Well, this top fits super snug on here. So when I snap it down like that, this doesn't come off easily. That's why I had them partially hiked up so that they'd be a little bit easier to take off. What I noticed was that they spray really smooth. The bottle is glass, and you don't have the same cautions as you would with the candle. However, they did still include your candle care tips just in case. These did not come in any kind of box. They just came as the bottle, very well bubble wrapped. And I decided to spray them and figure out what they smelled like to me and if I like them or not. And I'm going to tell you about that now. So since I've already got Sugar Hill in my hand, I will tell you about it. Like I mentioned, it is $30 for 4 ounces of spray, and you don't need much to give a really nice aroma. Also, while these are room sprays, the website also lists them as linen sprays. So if you find a scent that you absolutely adore, you don't just have to spray it in your room. You can spray it lightly on the sheets you sleep on. When I saw the linen spray, it was already after I had placed my order. When I saw that little note that it could be used for linens, and I realized, oh wow, I will be buying Josephine as a room spray so that I can mist it on my sheets wherever I go. Anyway, so this is Sugar Hill. This is the essence of sparkling citrus, and here are the scent notes for you. The top notes are citrus and orange flower. The middle notes are neroli and Buddha's hand lemon. And the base notes are lavender and vanilla. Now, the description is accurate. You get all that citrus, and you do get that lavender and vanilla coming in a little later as part of that back end of the scent. But I'm going to be honest with you all. This made me think of a really nice citronella candle. I got all of this citrus, and I didn't like this spray as much. It does not stink. It smells really nice, but I don't like a sweet citrus as much as I like a kind of sharp citrus. And because this has that lavender and vanilla in it, it really does soften it and makes it sweeter than I personally care for. However, I'm still going to use it because I bought it. Or someone else in my house might use it if they like the scent. Either my mom or my daughter, they might want to spray it in their rooms. Not too much, of course, or on their linens, naturally. It also, to be honest though, it might be a nice one if someone is visiting you in the warmer months to just kind of lightly mist it in the room where they're staying, because it smells like summer. That's the citronella effect coming through. And honestly, even though I'm saying citronella, it is a sparkling citrus. This is not a one-note citrus scent. It is sparkling. It does have a lightness to it, but it's also kind of sweet, which is not my personal thing when it comes to citruses. And as a general rule, I don't like mixing most citrus scents with something warmer like vanilla or even lavender. I don't like the mix as a general rule, but this is still well executed. Would I buy this? Not for myself, but certainly for someone who really is into citrus scents or who just likes the name Sugar Hill and wants that kind of thing in their home. There are some people that I know would go gaga over this scent, just not me personally. But it is nice, and I don't have anything bad to say about it other than my personal tastes don't really agree with it. But that's okay. Everything is not for everybody. And there is nothing wrong with the spray. I misted it in here just to get a better sense of the smell, and I still smell it. According to the directions, you can spray this 2 or 3 times, or 3 or 4 times in the room and just kind of let that scent hang. I'd say that's pretty fair in a smaller room. In a larger room, you might have to add 2 or so more squirts and just kind of squirt it in the corners and maybe once in the middle. And you could really make that room smell very summery, very citrusy. So if you like that kind of scent profile, this might be a good one for you. Actually, now that I'm not going to spray or take the cap off, I'll put it down. You heard that? You heard that sound snap? You really need that. At first, I was a little annoyed by how tight the caps are, but that's going to prevent your spillage. That's going to prevent this from just coming off and accidentally getting all over the place, which is actually what happened. My daughter accidentally knocked one of these down, but the spillage that happened was because I, in the midst of trying to get this off, had untwisted this a little bit, and that's what caused the spill. But that's no fault of the company's. And actually, after I thought about it, I really like the soundness of this cap. So that's a good one. And certainly, if you like citrus scents and you also like lavender and vanilla, that might be one to check out. The next room spray that I bought was Lennox. Look at that label. I always love the labels on these. They're so classy. Lennox is the essence of seductive flowers. And here are the notes for you. The top notes are tangerine and green apple. The middle notes are coconut and gardenia. And the base notes are vanilla and sandalwood. And so you still got some citrus with the tangerine, but it's also combined with green apple. So you don't have this overwhelmingly citrus combination like Sugar Hill. So you've got a little bit of citrus for brightness along with green apple. Green apple is also a very bright fragrance. But listen to those mid notes. The Sugar Hill one, the mid notes were also citrusy. Neroli, Buddha hand lemon. But with Lennox, the mid notes are coconut and gardenia. For those that are unfamiliar, those two scents are really a good bridge for brighter fragrances to be bridged to warmer fragrances. So they're very good for smoothing that transition between bright and shiny fragrances, for lack of better words, to deeper, more soulful, more substantial fragrances like vanilla and sandalwood. And they really aren't your heaviest fragrances. They aren't your most intense ones. They are just considerably heavier than tangerine and green apple. So coconut is really good for in between, kind of merging the two, as well as gardenia. Now, coconut's still an interesting addition because so much of this is floral and fruity, but coconut is a fruit, but it gives it this more balanced note. You can certainly smell the coconut. When you smell this, you can smell the tangerine, and definitely the green apple comes through. The vanilla and sandalwood are definitely more of dry down scents, or once that first note hits you, you notice those other two coming up on the back end, specifically the vanilla and sandalwood. So this is really nice. This one I would not give to someone else. This one I would certainly use for my own linens, as well as a room spray where I like to be in those spaces where I like to hang out in my house. This is also, I think, very welcoming. I think it's the coconut. It gives it a little bit of that tropical slant. And When I think of the tropics, I think of friendliness. You know, like when you go to Hawaii, you may be greeted with a lei or something like that. That's what it makes me think of, the friendliness of those more tropical climates. Yeah, this is nice. But the flowers certainly come through, which is funny because there aren't actually many flowers in here, just gardenia. Um, the rest are not flowers, but the gardenia certainly shines. Everything kind of echoes the intensity of that floral essence. And so it's really nice. I will be using it. I've already used both of them a bit. Let me show you. Yeah, this one is the one that spilled a little, but I've already sprayed them quite a bit. So you get a full 4 ounces. It's all the way to the top, basically, when you get it. And they are lovely, perfect gifts for anyone who can't have a candle or maybe doesn't like candles in particular. Some people don't like them. This still gives them that same fragrance without them having to light a candle or use a diffuser set. So that's really nice. And they're inexpensive at $30. You're not going to go through that instantly. It's less expensive than spraying your good perfume around, which you may not want your room, wherever you like to hang out, to smell like your personal fragrance. You may want a different fragrance in your space. And this is perfect for that. I sprayed Sugar Hill. Yeah, Sugar Hill in here a while ago, and I still can smell it a little bit. So it has some staying power. It doesn't smell and then fade instantly, which is really nice. So those are the 2 room sprays from the Harlem Candle Company in Sugar Hill and Lennox. I mentioned that Sugar Hill reminds me of summertime. Lennox is definitely a spring summer-esque scent. Definitely bright, not the kind of fragrance that you might choose during this season unless you're just really longing for those warmer days, like many of us are. But you probably wouldn't use those scents otherwise. You'd probably choose some other fragrance from the collection that's a little more suited to this particular weather in the northern hemisphere that most of us are experiencing. Most of us are getting those colder days. Like I mentioned before, I'll definitely get Josephine if I can get Speakeasy. I have to look to see if I think it is a room spray option, because I don't believe all of the fragrances available. I don't think all of them have companion room sprays. So you'll have to look that up to see if the one that you like best is available as a room spray, but my favorite is available. So I'm going to be getting that pretty soon, and I'm excited for that. But certainly Josephine, I'm looking over at my boxes. Josephine, Brownstone, perhaps, and Speakeasy. Josephine and Speakeasy being my top 2. I would love those as fragrances for my home, as well as for travel when I can't light a candle, like in a hotel room. I can still miss Josephine and feel like I am back at home. So yeah, that's it for my review. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. And until next time, I hope you're having a great day or evening. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.